Welcome to Shanghai, China. B-Dragon Sonic on pole from Ravo and Zeth. Newcomer for Williams Racing after the champion Marcus Nelson retired. Then it's Hichichi Noze, Inokui, Batuko, El Pepsi, Nando Lores, and Salos Kynes. Running out the top 10, we have the other Williams and Muhammad Awawi. Then we have Mini and his teammate Ultra Boro. Catfish down in 14th. We have Medicis, and then it's UK Ball in 15th. Then we have K Hori, JD Venter, Alan Lee, not Lewis Hamilton, Lals, Chaklerk, Einet Babinis, and Zygmunt. Well, we're back in Shanghai for the first time in a while as all 5 lights go on. Lights out, and away we go for the Chinese Grand Prix. That's a pretty even start from the top 2 as we look at Evo has got the inside line in his Ferrari, the number 7, setting it down the inside, going through turn 1. That is the lead of the Grand Prix for Ravo. And Ichinosare, the rookie driver, going around the outside of B-Dragon Sonic, gets covered off as B-Dragon Sonic from Mercedes looks for the inside line. He goes down the inside, reclaims the lead of the Grand Prix, and Okui with a 5-second time penalty in his Red Bull for causing a collision. And what an opening few turns we've just had as we look at Lawless Chaklerk up into the 16th position, UK Ball up into 14th, getting past Medicis. Ravo's dropped off quite a bit from the Mercedes ahead of him. Hori gets a 5-second time penalty as we come through the snailiest turn on any motorsport circus we've ever seen. We've got a safety car, and that is a spinning ass of Zygmunt, and that is JD Venter and Alan Lee out of the Grand Prix. We saw, I believe, Lawrence Chaklerk, who now has a 5-second time penalty, hit the back of the Mercedes of UK Ball. But what an opening lap that was. We're now on the safety car conditions. And yeah, this hairpin's probably going to be a major issue because of the amount of space that there is there. We go into the second lap of 14 then. Sorry if there are any audio issues. It is due to the recording software. I have filed a complaint with them, so hopefully it can be resolved. It's mainly the amount of screen freezes that occur when I actually record or the base video, and now I'm doing the voiceover afterwards, so then at least that's in time with the video because that matters more than the actual sounds of the cars. But man, Ravo just about managed to hold on to second there. Ichinosare, he's a bit of a beast, aren't they? Last time out in Australia, finished 4th on the road, but had a 10-second time penalty, dropping them out of the points. But now they're in the podium position. They got past Zeth there, who is currently 4th and doing a wonderful job replacing the outgoing number 13. Yeah. What a start that was. I'm sorry if there's no real commentary and I'm just rambling during the safety car because that's all I really have to do in the safety car. It's not really that, entertaining to watch cars go around slowly without any overtaking occurring. Yeah. But, I'm recording this the exact same day I'm actually releasing this, hopefully, unlike other races I've done. But I've just seen the calendar for this season of F1. I want to know what you think about it because I kind of don't like where Miami and Singapore have been placed. They should swap them around for 2025 if they're so hell-bent on being carbon neutral. And I was going to say the same thing about swapping Canada and Azerbaijan, but Canada being where it is in the calendar is more because it's in, Canada. The weather means that they can't really hold the Canadian Grand Prix in September. So holding it in June is all they really can do, which is in the middle of the European season. But can't do too much. We go on to the third lap of this 14-lap Grand Prix then. Lap cars go around overtake the safety car, but it's only lap 3. If you're having a lap cars, that means someone's had a puncture. So the current running order then: B Dragon Sonic, Huevo, Ichinose, then it's Zeph, Enoch Kiwi, Batuko, Nando Lorries, then El Pepsi, then it's Muhammad Awawi, Salos Kimes, Ultra Bro, and his teammate Mini, Catfish, Medicis, UK-Ball, Lawless Chaclerk, Hori, Babinus, Not Lewis Hamilton, and Zygmunt. We've lost from this Grand Prix JD Venter and Alan Lee. Haas came into this weekend the only team to make any upgrades, and those upgrades, we haven't actually seen too much from them. But if Lawless Chaclerk went from 10th to 20th over the span of a few turns, then that's got to be promising, right? Ichinose, the number 10 for Sauber, putting in one of the greatest debut seasons so far I've ever seen. Currently running in third. This is a Lewis Hamilton style performance. I mean, yeah, last time out they did get multiple time penalties, but you know, first race. And hey, they finished. This is something even the great UK-Ball couldn't do, sadly. Even if his crash was due to, apparently, strategy. We are currently looking into that crash between UK-Ball and Medicis and the last racing lap of the Australian Grand Prix. And the investigation will be going on in the Discord server as the safety car ends. B Dragon Sonic will lead us away. If UK-Ball and Mercedes are to be found guilty, then they will be fined £10 million. If they are not, then nothing happens. So it's all to gain here. We go racing again here in China with 10 laps to go, and B Dragon Sonic with his Common X inspired helmet. He got the getaway he needed. Raymo's still trying to look for a way to get past him as El Pepsi comes into the pits for new tyres. He's gone onto the softs. Have a look at Zygmunt trying to get past Iron at Babinus as he's already gone past Lewis Hamilton. B Dragon Sonic, so it's the fastest first sector of anybody. And Muhammad Awawi resets that to become an 18.950. Looking back with B Dragon Sonic, who were on board with his teammate UK-Ball before, and he does technically have the second driver notion because of his yellow T-cam, but he hasn't actually been driving like a second driver. He won the last race while his teammate faltered. Mini now has a track limits warning to his name as we come through that very snaily turn again. Those soft tyres that drivers started on now beginning to pose a bit of a problem. El Pepsi sets the fastest second sector of anyone. And down in last, 10-ish seconds off the back of the pack. Fastest lap of the Grand Prix going to be Dragon Sonic at 122 as Hori with it, clutching cars, and that is Zygmunt facing the wrong way. Hori, not Lewis Hamilton. Those two seem to be the perpetrators there. UK-Ball sets a new fastest lap in the Grand Prix, a 121.266. I believe that was the time. Into the pits comes Hori, and I believe Zygmunt will come in with him as well. Zygmunt is in the pits. Pepsi will be promoted to 18th place. He got on board with Catfish, and now UK-Ball, the driver behind him. Ichinose didn't mention this. He's gotten past Huevo. He's up into second place, and he's on the prowl for the Mercedes driver of B Dragon Sonic, because we've got a safety car as Enoch is out on board with his teammate, and you can see where he's got out. The Hong Kong superstar from last time out in Australia, who got second place. He's gone out for Red Bull Racing. at the closest race he has to call home. He will not finish the Chinese Grand Prix. And that is such an unfortunate outcome for a driver who has tons of talent there, and his tires just slid too much on him. As we see into the pits comes a whole train of drivers. Also, for those of you in the server who are catching this video and don't know how the budget system works for the 2017 season, I'm just gonna read it out for you because I don't actually feel like pinning the message again, copy pasting it, because that's kind of boring. You know, because we're on the safety car, I have the timers. But Hamnawawi, he's got a puncture down in 16th place. The Williams driver, that's the longest standing record of being a Williams driver of just 2 races. Very unfortunate for him. So, here's how it works. If you get first place, your team will get an added 50 million pounds. Second, plus 40 million. Third, plus 30 million. Fourth to 10th, plus 20 million. 11th to 15th, plus 10 million. 16th to 22nd, plus 5 million. If you don't finish, your team loses 50 million. So Red Bull, Renault, Toro Rosso, they're all going to be reeling from this. If your team gets pole position, there will be an added 10 million. So as it stands, the Dragon Sonic on his lonesome will be getting his Mercedes team an added 60 million pounds. This isn't real money, by the way. You can't use this money in a bank, obviously. It's rings, not big. As we see, coming down to the ultimate turn, on lap 6 of 14, we do have a bit of a shortened safety car than we've seen in Formula E, but it is still long to make sure that the cleanup is done well. This is our second safety car of the race in lap 7. As we come to the line now, Zef just catching the back of Revo there. Half distance. Took a break there because the safety car was so long, so I hope you made tea or something because I'm back. Lap cars are now allowed to overtake the safety car, but we haven't had any lap cars because of the fact that we've had 2 safety cars in quick succession. As we now come through the second sector, and what will hopefully be the last safety car restart of the day. I always preferred virtual safety cars in monoposto because, like, safety cars take 3 and a bit laps. Virtual safety cars take half a lap, maybe a full lap, but never as much time as a full safety car. And I think for not Huey pulling out the safety car was a bit of a knee-jerk reaction because that could have been played up with just the VSC. He was parked on the wall, yeah. He's parked in a pretty dangerous position, but it was still off the racing line. Why you take that turn very wide? So it's a non-issue. If you come down the back straight, one of the longest straights on the calendar, only beating out those straights you see in Spa Francorchamps and arguably Azerbaijan. Safety car ending at the end of this lap. B-Dragon Sonic for the second time in a row will lead the field away from not Huey. He's retired from this race. From Ichinose, Huevo, Zeph, Natsuko, and Nando Loris. To the line they go. We go back racing here in China. I gotta go back. I'm gonna stop saying, and we go green. Coming through the first 2 corners then, Ichinose right on the back, but now dropping off the back of the Mercedes ahead of him. He's got to have quite a lot of pace in that 10 car to be up in second, getting past the Ferrari. Catfish sets the fastest first sector of anyone. Now as we go on board with Wallace Leclerc ahead of UK Ball on the back of Catfish ahead, but UK Ball coming back on him on the outside as we see his teammate head towards that snaily turn. On board with Wallace Leclerc again, and on lap 9 of 14, 5 laps to go. UK Ball looks as if he's found an opening. We didn't see the rest of that battle, sadly. That gap between those 2 and 10th and 11th, only a few tenths. As we see Hamilton Warwick trying to get past El Pepsi. Camera direction is pretty fucking abysmal here. Hamilton Warwick has gotten past El Pepsi. UK Ball trying to look for a place to gain on Lawless Leclerc. Let's alone pass him. B-Dragon Sonic with the fastest second. Zeph with the fastest lap. Nando Loris resets it. Ultra Bros resets it. Lawless Leclerc with a 120.216. Resets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, and that should hold as he looks for an opening around the outside of Catfish. Not quite there yet, though. He's going to have to find for a different place to do it. Pepsi comes into the pits again. This time for medium tyres. His softs did not last. Soft tyres do seem to degrade very quickly. Yes, I know it's 2017, so we should be using ultra softs, super softs, softs, mediums, and hard, but this game doesn't have them, okay, get off my tail. The top 2 separated by half a second. Very close bout for the lead we might have come the end of this Grand Prix. And at Babinex down to 14, take a look at him. Those soft tyres have definitely gone off the cliff. Zygmunt almost wall riding that turn. I wonder if that's possible to gain a position wall riding that snaily ass turn. As we see, could B-Dragon Sonic coming to the pits in? No, he doesn't. He stays out. But Ichinose is in. South is Ichinose, and the number 10 comes into the pits. And neither Mercedes driver is calling for any pit stops as Zeph gets passed by Ravo down the inside. Goes the 7 car as we see the 37 in 4th. Lewis Hamilton in the pits, changing onto different tires. It's pretty weird that Ichinose came into the pits. He was on medium, so he could have done as many laps that B-Dragon Sonic is doing. But Ichinose comes out in 11th place. Now, all he has to do now is manage his tires. Go for a push on the outlap, but manage them for the rest of the race. And he might take his first career victory on here in Shanghai, China. Those mediums are absolutely shredded for most of the field, though. So I'm very worried about them actually making it without causing a collision with anyone else. We come down to the penultimate turn. A lot of vibrations on the Mercedes. Speed-Dragon Sonic is reporting. He comes through that is a lot of power sliding coming through there. A lot of power sliding coming through that turn for everyone. Lawless Leclerc almost hitting the wall. Coming through that turn. And into the pits comes the top 10, presumably. Salos Kind has stayed out. Catfish has stayed out. UK Bull has stayed out. That is your current top 3. As we go into lap 12 of 14 on board with Ichinose, will he come out of this ahead of B-Dragon Sonic and lost the third sector? And that is the net race lead for Ichinose. Man is currently 4th on the road. He is 3 seconds ahead of B-Dragon Sonic. As we see UK Bull, Kynes and Catfish. UK Bull's gone past Catfish there. Ichinose currently in 4th place. The top 3 separated by only a whole second. You could very feasibly fit the top 3's gap into 28 Max Verstappen victories. They come through that snaily turn again, almost hitting the wall. Catfish for the track limits warning. B-Dragon Sonic with the fastest second set of anyone as we see the top 3 head down into that turn where if you've got bad tyre wear, it's going to punish you for it because it's going to slide around so much coming through on power. 29% tyre wear for the top guys and into the wall goes UK Bull and out of the race for the second consecutive race goes Mercedes' UK Bull. And the British driver will not score any points for the first 2 races of the season. Kynes and Catfish have come into the pits, and that means Ichinose under safety car is looking on point to win his first race of the BDS Formula 1 Championship. So coming down to the line then, Ultra Bros come into the pits. We go on board with the 77. Now looking at the 44 of B-Dragon Sonic. And that Mercedes team, they're so lucky that B-Dragon Sonic got the pole, because right now they're coming home with £50 million. Remember, they left the last time out on nothing because they had maxed out their upgrades and they were sitting on nothing going into Australia. B-Dragon Sonic won the race, so that was a plus 50, but his teammate retired in a dramatic fashion, so it ended up being it was nothing gained, and it's going to be nothing gained again. But for Ichinose, what a debut season to have. To come out of that entire ordeal, starting 4th, and they are looking to finish with a race win. Also, what a performance. The Japanese driver in the 10 is going out with. This is, I would say that they should get promoted to a higher team. To be honest, they probably should, because their teammate El Pepsi down in 18th place. But right now, they've shown us how it's done with strategy and overtaking. Ichinose made it up 2 positions, went from 4th to 2nd as Mando Lorries with a 5-second time penalty for causing a collision. As we go into the final lap of the Grand Prix, Ichinose went from 4th to 2nd on pure pace with overtakes. But it all really came together with not just that overtake, but the strategy. And for that strategy to work, they needed the speed of the 10, and they had the speed to actually keep the race lead as soon as BDSFormula came out of pits. I'm going to take a break. So with all of that then, Ichinose, the Japanese driver in the number 10, as they come through the penultimate turn here in China at the slowest speeds possible. Ichinose coming into the final turn then, safety car still out on track. Ichinose showed them how it's done. They are going to win the Chinese Grand Prix for Sauber. That will be a first race win since Robert Kubica in 2008 at China. As we see Medicis come to the line for Ferrari and all the other cars come across the line. Yes, I have decided to stop doing commentary like we did in Australia for season 8 of the FEMC. And here's your podium then. Ichinose from B Dragon Sonic and Carlos Sainz. Great tire management from the Spaniard to actually get that podium for Manor Racing. And that's going to save them for season 8, almost definitely. They are looking for investors though, so it's not as if Manor is home free. Its running costs do take a lot out of the team. So it's Ichinose from B Dragon Sonic and Carlos Sainz. Then it's Revo, Catfish, Zeph, Batuco, and Mini. The only team to appear twice there was Manor. Then you have Nando Loris, Medicis, Babinus, Lawless Chiclerc, Mohamed Awawi, Ultra Bro, Not Lewis Hamilton, and El Pepsi. From 15th down again, we have Not Lewis Hamilton in 15th, El Pepsi in 16th, Zygmunt Hori, Ukable, Not QE, JD Venter, and Alan Lee. Those last 4 were out of the race. In the driver standings, it's B Dragon Sonic from Ichinose and Zeph. Then it's Not QE, Carlos Sainz, Mini, Nando Loris, Revo. From 9th down, we have Catfish, Alan Lee, Batuco, Nawawi, Lawless Chiclerc, and Medicis. Your non-point scorers so far have been Ultra Bro, Hori, JD Venter, Not Lewis Hamilton, Ukable, Arnett Babness, Zygmunt, and El Pepsi. In the constructors' standings, Mercedes lead the way from Red Bull Racing, Williams, Sauber, and Manor Racing Team. 3 of those teams in the top 5 are powered by Mercedes. Then you have Scuderia Ferrari, BWT Force India, McLaren, Toro Rosso, and Haas. And in last place, you do have Renault. So we'll see you guys next time when the BDS F1 Championship returns for the Bahrain Grand Prix.